Hi everyone, it's Dr. Christina here, the Dr. Biohacking Supermom. Today we're going to be talking about how a brain injury can destroy your gut. Traditionally, when we talk about brain injuries, we look at ways to heal the brain to fix the problem. What you might not know is that when you have a brain injury, it directly and immediately affects the gut and the gut function. As that gut function continues to deteriorate and gets disrupted, that also eventually ends up affecting how much healing can happen in the brain. And as a result, we get a vicious cycle of brain dysfunction, gut dysfunction. The gut function then affects how the brain works. When people are getting treated for brain injury, oftentimes we'll do physiotherapy, we'll do visual therapy, and we may do things like less computer time, less screen time, a lot of quiet time to help the brain decrease its inflammation. But if we don't directly and look at the gut dysfunction that has been caused by that brain injury and heal it, we're never going to get better, and that brain injury will be a long-term problem that we live with. If you have been noticing that your gut is getting worse and worse, maybe constipation, maybe you have irritable bowel, and you have a history of a previous brain injury, even a mild one, you're going to want to watch this video so you can understand how brain injury can destroy your gut. Intestinal permeability is one of the things that happens in the vast majority of people with a brain injury. When you are injured, the tight junctions between the cells of your gut start to act dysfunctional and they open up. This allows unwanted food particles, pathogens, other things that usually are kept inside the gut lumen into your bloodstream. Those particles flow through your blood and they can create a lot of issues, one of them being brain inflammation. This will impact your ability to heal that brain. One of the biggest triggers of autoimmune disease is this increased intestinal permeability, also known as leaky gut. Many research articles have come out showing that autoimmune diseases like Hashimoto's, which is autoimmune disease of the thyroid, and multiple sclerosis have been linked to increased intestinal permeability. If autoimmunity runs in your family, you have a history of a brain injury and you're starting to notice gut symptoms, it's time to start working with a functional medicine expert to help you heal. The second way that a brain injury can destroy your gut is by affecting gut motility. The gut has wave-like motions called peristalsis that helps move food down in a certain amount of time through a gastrointestinal tract. The contractile ability of this tissue can become dysfunctional with a brain injury. This can mean one of two things. Increased gut motility can result in diarrhea. The end result of that is malabsorption. And when you're not absorbing your food because it's moving through your gut too fast, that ends up leaving you nutrient and mineral deficient. The other way that gut motility can be dysfunctional is when it's too slow. If your gut motility is slowed down, we end up having stagnation and inflammation in the bowels, and we can't detoxify properly. If you've had a brain injury and you've noticed that your bowels have changed ever since then, either you have diarrhea or constipation or a combination of both, it's time to start getting it treated and heal. Did you know that the microvilli in your gut can shrivel and die immediately following a brain injury? Research shows that the mucosa in the intestines can be directly affected from a brain injury. The microvilli are the components of the mucosa, the intestinal lining, that absorb all of your nutrition, your vitamins and minerals. And directly after a brain injury, if these atrophy and die, this can actually affect your long-term nutrient absorption, mineral absorption, and ability to stay healthy. If you're eating all of the right foods, lots of fruits and vegetables, good quality protein, and you're finding that you still have B12 deficiencies or you're low in iron for no reason, your prior brain injury can be causing this issue. Long-term vitamin and mineral deficiencies lead to chronic health conditions. If you have a history of a brain injury and are noticing these nutrient deficiencies, you have to get your gut addressed and healed. The take-home message here is that if you have a previous brain injury and you have gut symptoms, You must heal your gut in order to heal your brain. If you know someone who's struggling to heal a brain injury, tag them. Leave your questions and comments below, and don't forget to join my Myth-Busting Motherhood Facebook group.